I use Notion to run a lot of different parts of my business, including serving as my CRM. But there are some things that Notion doesn't do natively that you would typically get with an off-the-shelf CRM. One example is enriching company records when I add a new company to my database in Notion. And so what I do in those cases is figure out a way or a workaround using Zapier to actually replicate the functionality that I would get with an off-the-shelf CRM. So what I discovered recently was there's a free service called logo.dev that gives you an API key that you can use to find the logo of virtually any company as long as you have its URL. And so I've used that here in my Notion setup. And so you can see here, I have a company's database and I have an automation here that just whenever the website property gets edited in the database, it'll send a webhook to Zapier and it will just give it that website URL. On the Zapier side, I have this automation. It's triggered listening for that webhook, filtering just to make sure that the URL property is populated, and then I've built a quick custom action to populate the page icon with a URL. And the URL here you can see there's a standard format with logo.dev's API. I just have to give it the URL of the website, and then I have to give it a public API key, which I've just saved as a global variable in my Zapier workspace. Normally, I don't advocate saving API keys as global variables for security reasons. But in this case, the only thing literally you can do with this API key is retrieve logos. So I think it's fairly safe in this case. So let's try it out. Let me add a new company that I don't yet have in my company's database. I'm pretty sure I do not have google.com, so I'm just going to add that. And let's just give it a second. That Zap should be running in the background. And there we go. Now the Google logo is populated. Separately, I have a more advanced lead enrichment agent that runs through Zapier agents. And what it's doing is it's going to enrich the record based on, again, just this URL. So it's going to do web search, and then it's going to populate properties such as the company name, the country, a brief description, and size if it can find that information. So this takes a little bit longer to run because it's doing web research on the back end. Let's just give it a moment. So now I have a fully complete enriched company record in my Notion CRM. And the only thing I actually had to fill in myself was the URL of the company.